Hello guys, welcome back to HOA Outdoors. Today we're going to be talking about, I wouldn't call it a controversial topic. I think most people agree on it. It's just something that I wanted to talk about and get my opinions on. If you haven't guessed from the title of the video, yes, we are talking about the proposal from Senator Mike Lee of Utah to sell, to put it back on the bill, the big beautiful bill, to sell between 2 and 3 million acres of public land in the western United States. So we're going to talk about what it means, just overall, what I think of it, and what it means for hunting in the future. And it goes into more than just hunting. This does affect hunters and people that fish the most, outdoorsmen, but it does affect other people as well. Everybody that use it, bikers, hikers, skiers, snowmobilers. So this applies to everybody. Let's just get into it. What it says on the bill: eligible land. There's over 250 million acres of BLM national forests in the western United States, or in 11 states in the western United States that would be eligible for this. Out of that 250 million, they're talking about 0.5 to 0.75% of that, which would be 2 to 3 million acres. And you might think, well, you know, what is 0.5%? Like, does that really matter? I would say absolutely it does, because it sets the precedent for this to keep on happening. It was already, Congress had brought this up, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago I heard about this. And from everything that I looked at and everything that people were saying, it was killed. And then, just like politicians do, they try to backdoor cut it again. And again, like, not to get political, like, the senator that put this in was a Republican. And I'm not speaking for all hunters, but I would say a majority of hunters are Republicans. And I think this is the one thing about, you know, the two-party system is, just because you're in one camp doesn't mean you agree with everything they do. Again, here, like, I'll be very blunt, like, I'm a registered Republican, and I don't agree with what he's doing. Like, I think he's way off. It was already taken off when Congress already had it on, and it was already killed. Now a senator tries to put it in again, and guess what? This money is definitely not going to help cut the budget. This money is definitely going to grease somebody's pockets. So again, it goes back to the whole corruption in Washington thing. Like I said, not to get too political, I think it's a lot of politics are all money grab, but that's nor here or there. You know, I will give his side. Mike Lee does argue that it could raise between $5 and $10 billion over time. And, I mean, when you look at what they want to do with it, basically they want to build houses on it. They want to build houses on it. They want that money to go back to the state and back to the Federal Reserve, which, you know, we already know the Federal Reserve can't handle money. We're 20 trillion, or how many ever trillions of dollars in debt. So that's just, like, giving it away anyway. Yeah, it's just not, I mean, like, we already fought to get this off the bill, or not, like, and now it's back on. It's just one of these things that it just seems somebody wants it. Somebody major wants this thing on the bill, and they're trying to grease as many pockets as they can to get it on the bill and to sell public land. So what does this mean? So on a different spectrum, what does this mean for a guy like I live in Michigan, or whether you're watching this from Pennsylvania, Michigan, the Midwest? Like, what does this mean for us? Like, it's not affecting me if Utah sells 2 million acres of its public land. It doesn't affect me directly, but it's, like I had said, it sets the precedent for this to happen. Like, and I don't know. I can look this up quick. I think here in Michigan, I think a couple hundred acres of public land was just taken and used for solar panels. So, like, it is something that is definitely, the politicians want to get their hand on this public resource. And it's just something that, man, once you open these doors, if you give them an inch, they'll take it all. Like, the old saying is, give them an inch, they'll take a mile. But here, No, they're going to take an inch and they're going to take everything. And it just goes to, we're one of the only countries, if not the only country, where the average citizen in the the average citizen can hunt. Maybe Canada, but other than that, Europe, it's mostly an elitist, very small sport. Same thing in almost every other country, where we're this last stakehold of these public resources that anybody can go out to. And again, like I said, this doesn't just affect hunters. This affects snowmobilers, skiers, bikers, hikers. Like, this affects everybody. And yes, it's starting out west there, but if it happens here, it's going to come east. And then we get into the whole access thing. Access is already hard to find. Public land is already being used hard, especially during hunting season. It's not like a couple guys hunt public land. A lot of people have been forced to hunt public land. So, it might not seem like a lot, but 2 to 3 million acres, and again, even if it is in like Utah, which is very hard to get a non-resident tag, from what I've heard, for elk and mule deer and stuff like that, it's still 2 to 3 million acres of access that we pay for as the taxpayer. Our state taxes, our federal tax, like, we go to pay for that. So this, when they talk about this as our ground, it is. It's a public resource that they are, just this senator from Utah has just decided that, hey, this is on the chopping block now. And again, like I said, and I'll be the first one to call it out, it's a Republican senator. So, I'm not very happy about this. I have written into my congressman or called in or sent an email. I will put the link to how to get in touch with your local representative. I think Meat Eater has something on there. I'll just copy that link in the description. Please go there and let your state representative know. Let them know that you don't want this in. Let them know that we thought this was off the bill already, and now here it is back on. So it's definitely troubling because, if you're watching this, if you're not, depending on what you think about people posting hunting videos on YouTube, like, there's a large movement of people that don't want things shown on YouTube and the Hunt Silently group. And because they feel like public land, especially in the West, is really crowded and there are too many hunters. Imagine if you started selling off public land. Imagine how more crowded it would feel. So we have to get out there. We have to show our support. I'm all for budgeting and balancing the checkbook of the United States. Trust me, I'm all in favor of that. But is selling our public land, is that really what's going to do it? What if we cut the timber? What if we what if we drill a little bit more oil off of there to make money? It's better than selling it. So I know that, it might not be the most purest form, but we can use that ground to make money without having to sell it and without having to jeopardize our public access. So for that, and cutting the timber is only going to help the wildlife. It's only going to help the elk, mule deer numbers out in the West. It's only going to make the hunting better. So I don't see any reason why we should be selling this land other than because it's greasing somebody's checkbook, and we'll never see a dime of it. I just want to read through some of these, see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, I don't see anything else I've really missed here. Like I said, this isn't going to be a huge thing. Again, obviously national parks aren't part of this. Monuments, wilderness areas, stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of BLM land, a lot of just regular national forest land is on the chopping block. And this is just, like I said, I'm all for balancing the budget. I'm all for making sure that we pay off some of this debt, but I don't think this is the answer. And you know, if you're passionate about this, get on with your state representative. Talk to your state representative. Email them, call them. Like I said, I will try to find the link and put that on here so that you can get in touch with your local representative to let them know that, hey, you're not okay with them selling public lands. Like I said, it's with everything with politicians. You give them an inch, they take a mile, and this is going to be one of those things. If they are able to set the precedent of passing this and getting this through, it's just going to be the trickle down effect. So we need to make sure that we don't let this happen. Oh, here it is. It's for developers, corporations, local communities. That's who's very in favor of it. It favors, you know, wealthy buyers that want to make money off of it. It's not to help balance the budget. That is not what it is at all. $5 billion from this is not going to balance a $40 trillion problem. So, like, it's not for that at all. It is to grease the pockets of some politician somewhere, and the average American citizen will never see. And like I said, some of this land I probably will never see in my life, but again, it's the point of access out in the eastern part here, public land. We don't have a ton of it. We have a little bit. We have a decent amount in northern Michigan, where I grew up. Northern Pennsylvania had a decent amount, but you know, northern Wisconsin, northern Minnesota. But other than that, like the eastern half of the United States doesn't have a ton of public land. Obviously, there's places, Maine, eastern Kentucky, stuff like that. But I mean, it's not. We don't have a ton of it compared to the rest of the United States. So we need to cherish our public land. We need to protect it. Like I said, I'm not getting paid by anybody. This is just my opinions on this stuff. But yeah, I mean, you give these people an inch, they will take a mile. I will guarantee that. So, any comments? You know, put it in the comments below. I'll try to answer them. But I want to hear your opinions. You know, I think most of the people that watch my videos are more Midwestern, East Coast. Like, what do you guys think of this? Is this something that's concerning you? Is it something that's not? I think it is, because just like how when regulations seem to start in the West, they kind of seem to move east. With hunting, it's the same thing here. If they start selling land out there, it'll just move east. So, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, leave a comment, like the video. Let me hear what you guys think, and you know, I will get that, and reach out to your local representative. I'll try to find that link for you guys. Put that in the description, and let your local representative know that you're not okay with them selling your public land. And it is your public. You pay tax. If you pay federal and state taxes, it's your public land. So, excuse me. Sorry if I got a little passionate about that. Sorry this is all over. I was just kind of reading through some of this stuff that I could find in an article or two, to give you guys the most information. But you know, no matter what, God is good, and we will get through this either way. Thank you all for watching today, and God bless each and every one of you. Y'all have a great day. Thanks.